Wowza, how you doing? Welcome to the Late Game. I'm Perrin Flax, and I am joined this evening by my guest co-host, Trent. Trent, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Welcome to the Late Game.
Oh,
we clink glasses. That's what we do. Clink.
Like
Very
that.
nice. How was your day?
Great day. Good day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which series did you cast? I watched them all today, but I kind of forget which casters are casting with.
Third series.
The third series.
It's a Fnatic and Team Spirit.
That was the one. I was traveling over to the hotel for the final game of that. So.
I see.
I'm from the hotel to here.
Yeah, I get it. That's cool.
I didn't dodge it. It wasn't intentional. I do apologize. You and I have something in common, actually, apart from the fact we both play a lot of Dota. And obviously you're better than me, so that's not what we have in common. But we both have to balance like family life with Dota.
Yeah.
How do you find that? How do you do it?
It's tough. For sure, there's no doubt. You need the big support system and a lot of patience, which I'm sure you know from those around you who are helping with said children. Especially in moments like right now,
wives, right?
while we're sitting here on camera drinking beer together and not looking after children.
The only reason I'm able to do any of this is because of my wife, like 100%.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have to put up with me, which would be a bonus.
So yeah, you can blame them.
her, essentially blame my wife. Yeah, but it is tough. But I mean, I know a lot of people ask me, how do you fit time into play? I just play in the evenings, but now that they're older, I play when they're at school. But I always played. I always snuck in a game. You must have done that.
Yeah, you got to sneak in because you just have to be honest and be like, I need like an hour. All right, don't try and lie. Don't be like, look, 30 minutes. I'm just gonna play one game. That's the fault of many first-time fathers.
Yeah.
You just got to be clear. Like, I need like at least an hour.
And if
it might go more.
No matter how big the emergency, I cannot leave.
Yeah, I know this sounds silly, but I really can't go.
This is important.
It's like you're one person and the kids are two more. That's only three. There's 9 other people in my game, so really you're outnumbered, even as my family.
This is a very good point. I hope everyone's taking notes out there that have to balance kids in Dota. Shall we bring out our first guest? Because I think the two of you go together very well.
Oh, okay.
Like salt and pepper, like cheese and crackers. Let's get him out here. It's Gabe. So I'll budge up. Gabe, you can sit in my seat. Pop that on, sir. Applause for Gabe. Yay!
Yay! Where's our crowd guy with the buttons?
Oh, yeah, we need I asked the other night, we need Crowd Lad. Get Crowd Lad in here and he can hit those buttons. He's
amazing, right?
He's very, very good. Did you see he chucked in one today in one of those games that was like a sort of a high-pitched whistle and everything? I was like, I hadn't heard that one. Could we please bring a drink for our gentleman?
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, in our game, right at the end, actually, despite it being pretty stompy, there was a pause. Do you know what he did? He threw out a boo. He booed. I was like, now that is genuine crowd, because they would have booed right there.
I like to think they're not telling him this stuff, Gabe. He's just so into it. He's like, boo!
Production was like, the games are going too long. We need to move it on. Yeah. Dude, I love the view back here, by the way.
It is beautiful. Very pretty. It is very pretty. How was your day, Gabe?
It was really nice. You know, we got to do a solid series.
Is that what you want to call that? This is the late game, Gabe. You can be honest.
Let me just take a sip here. Yeah, that one was rough. But I will say that like the elimination matches are always where like the real bloodbath comes out, and it's tough to like not feel the emotions of the players that are getting eliminated. I mean, there's jubilation, that's all good. OG just won and stuff like that, but then you see Yawar and he's like, oh, good luck for their little bro, and it's like, I got a brother, he's the older brother. It just it hits me right in the feels.
So when you guys are casting, I'm sure this is the case, like you understand if it's a game in the middle of a tournament and it's like, it's important, these players want to win every game, but when you come to TI, it takes it to that next level. There's all the stories, there's all the emotions, everything like that. How much sort of emphasis, I should say, is there, do you feel, on you guys to tell the story as well as just cast the game?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot, 100%. And a lot of that, of course, varies game per game. And, some teams we get to know a lot more about, so it's a lot easier. And in other teams, it can be a little bit tougher because maybe you don't have this big background. Because they're just, some Dota players just don't really throw a lot out there. You can research as much as you want, but it just might not be there.
Well, the other thing that I'd mention about it is like some matches, like it's a little bit hard to do stuff. Like, let's say, for instance, the like Beast Coast Alliance one, right? Like, I feel like those are two teams that respect each other, but they don't get a ton of interplay and things like that. Then you look at the match that we just had, which was the freaking OG versus Quincy one, and that's the third time they're knocking them out, right? Like, there's these storylines that naturally exist, and it tells itself to some extent. Other times you got to manufacture
the ease of that one, the fact that we just had the 2-time TI winner in the lower bracket this this early isn't even the story.
Right.
That wasn't
Yes.
talked about the entire time while we just had that series. No one's like, oh, I can't believe it. They're so good. They might be going home.
Yeah.
It's like brothers
Yeah.
in battle.
That's a good point.
And it was good.
Nobody mentioned that. Yeah. When are you guys going to cast a final? That's a question Ken wanted me to put to you.
Oh.
God, Ken is always trying to get us fired. Every time we come up here, he's just like, let's throw out this zinger, you know? Probably never. That's fine, though.
Probably never. I'd say probably this one.
Oh, yeah, good call. Yeah, that's
this
the one.
one.
This
Yeah.
one.
This
ours.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
There's no
You just-
schedule yet, so that this can't hurt our chances.
Can't it?
No.
Okay, interesting. I know that casters are very intent on improving, right? You guys are always looking back and trying to know more about Dota and improve your casting style. How do you do that? Because I'm sure there's plenty of aspiring young casters out there. You guys have done great. You're casting at TI. How do you improve? How do you analyze a cast?
Let me just open my Twitter DMs and we can just go through the copy-paste response to 1,000 of these.
Really?
Well, you get asked that a lot.
But you probably get
right?
asked, how can I improve? And they send you a cast, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about you.
Sometimes.
How do you guys analyze your own casts?
So the number one thing that I've been working on is like intonation and stuff like that recently, and like trying to work on breath control. So there's like some stuff where it's you. So one of the things I did was I like looked at screamo metal, which sounds weird.
Okay.
But it's like how to yell without hurting your vocal cords and giving you some like longevity. So there's stuff that you can do, which is like, see, I think we have really different answers to this, right? Like,
Yes.
I'm listening to screamo metal. He's like researching.
Yeah.
So why don't you go first with your stuff?
Oh, okay. Well, for me, obviously, it comes down to like a couple roles because I kind of like jump between like panel and casting. But one thing that I tend to do is I tend to just look at like who I'm surrounded by. Particularly this event, I feel like this is probably the strongest paneling force that we've ever had. Like, I feel like everyone is just so good because we had like a whole season where there were like forced panels, which has never happened before. Like the whole DPC had their panels. Everyone's talking about Dota all the time. People are doing their research, which is great because I feel like when I used to come to TI, I feel like I over-researched to try and like make sure that all that stuff was there. Now suddenly everyone else is doing it, and so I see that has now been heightened a lot, and so I'm trying to find like what are we missing a little bit. So I'm trying to be a little bit more the storyteller and try and be a little bit more fluffy and jokey.
Because you used to be like the stats guy when you started off. So how long did you do that for? Like a couple of years you were stats guy.
That was my sneaky in. It was all part of the plan, Ted.
Well, they've always got to plan these stats people. You know what I mean? Get a job at Valve. That was a stats
right.
man.
I was going to say, it's not bad.
No stats man forever here. It was all just
you wanted
to sneak my way up in the
ladder.
casting.
Yeah, very nice. All right, I wanted to ask you guys quickly because obviously this is the 10th TI. So a general question I'm asking each set of guests is to look back at some favorite TI memories. So I know, Gabe, I read when I was doing some research on you today.
Oh, no.
A
Is that
blog.
what he does all day?
That's what I do. I watch the games and I research the night show. I know it doesn't look like it, but I do. Okay. You did a blog at TI6 where you were, I think it was your first TI that you'd been to. Had you watched TI5 or 4 or anything like that? Or was this like your introduction to Dota was an international?
No, so I had done some casting up until that point.
Right.
And so I had watched TI5, but I didn't watch the casters. I cast all of the group stage on my own YouTube channel. Right. Which was a ridiculous thing to do because we know how many games there are. So I had some experience with it, but yeah, that time was the first time where I really got to experience the magic.
Sorry. What was the name of that YouTube channel again?
I don't remember. No, nobody.
Trent clearly remembers.
He's not gonna what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't.
Well, if he doesn't know,
he does know.
I'll leave it alone.
Well, you trust this man. He looks like he's turned up to give a lecture, a guest lecture in the history of the Byzantine Empire or something.
I changed out. Second I was like, no, I'm done.
You look
Put
like
the
a
suit
driver.
away.
I was
Shut the
literally
bag.
on the panel like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay.
I had to run over here.
So I was talking about you guys analyzing your cast earlier. I was watching. I do have one note. You said, yes, indeedy do. Do you regret saying yes, indeedy do?
No, I love it. What are you talking about? I love that phrase.
Yes, indeedy do.
Yes, indeedy do. Squibbly boo boo.
Yeah,
that's the
you
one.
have no problem with yes, indeedy do.
No, I think that like
I do.
make
Okay,
a note
talk
of
to me.
that.
Tell me what's the problem.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Okay. All right.
Cut that one, dude.
All right. We have another guest that we can bring out here as well, and I'm sure we can chat to him as well. So why don't we all say hello to Owie? Owie, come on out, brother.
Oh, hey.
Trent,
Hello,
if you could
hello.
budge
I
up
believe,
one and we'll get Owie in.
There it is.
Lovely.
If you just pop that headset on there.
Look at this all set up here.
Coming in with the support. There you go.
That's a problem. It's all support players on this panel.
That's true. What do you mean? I'm a Darkseer player.
Well, you know.
He plays Darkseid.
Yeah.
Owie, how are you?
Good.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah, sure.
Dakota, if you please.
This guy's good.
Excellent service.
Trying to get as much camera time as you can. Bring the beer in. All right, how has your TI been so far?
This TI?
This TI.
I mean, it's really weird because I've never really watched a TI before. Like TI2, I was sort of spectating,
Right.
but ever since then, I've played or worked as a coach for all of them.
So this is the first time you've been as talent essentially at a TI on a panel or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you're watching presumably all the games. Would you not normally be doing that? Because I always, in my imagination, the players are just fiending all the other games. Is that not how it works?
It is how it works, but usually I have like a computer to go over replays with, and it's more focused. Because like for the group stage, we watched all 4 games going on at the same time, which is weird for me because I've never done something like that.
Yeah.
When I watch Dota, I watch one at a time and I try to think about the game. That was like, we go in 39 minutes in, it's like, why is Sven farmed? Like, I don't know, he hit some ancients.
Right. Yeah, it's tough to follow 4 games at once and analyze them. So if you had to, as you said, you've either played at or coached at all these TIs. What would be your favorite moment from TI other than winning it?
I was going to say, that was a cheapo
Other
one.
than winning it.
I think when we played versus Vici on Cloud9, TI4, Sing Sing played Meeple, and we were playing versus like some insane anti-Meeple draft. I think that game was pretty hype. It's like, I've mentioned this before, but it's not even the cheers of the crowd, which are obviously amazing, but it's like the vibrations that go through the booth. I feel like those are the feelings you never forget.
Of the ground shaking because of a game that you're playing, right?
Yeah, no, like something's happening. I cast some Scar spells or something, and it's shaking. I was like,
So was that, I mean, most players, obviously, you guys have played for a long time, but I feel like a crowd of that size and that sort of hype is unique to a TI, right? So do you think that's sometimes why teams come here and perhaps they don't do it? They're not used to that level of ground shaking sort of hype?
I mean, it's definitely a part of it. It's just everything, right? Like TI is the accumulation of your entire year. There's a crowd, there's a prize pool, there's like, you've worked so hard and for so long, you don't want to let down your teammates, and then you get the sweaty palms.
The sweaty palms. Trent, do you have any questions for Owie? Now's the
Wow.
chance.
I have lots of time.
As my co-host, it would be
I'm the co-host.
Yeah.
There it
Wow, I
is.
didn't even know that. Excellent. Oh, all right.
Congrats on your
Okay.
promotion.
Thank you. Yeah, it was
This
a
is
lot.
a demotion.
Yeah,
It's a demotion, not a promotion.
That may be a bit of a problem. Okay, how about this then? You obviously have a pretty renowned taste for the techies. Do you think that all the Owie techies take is too overhyped? Like, it's too often discussed? Do you wish you weren't so associated with that hero?
I mean, I really don't like techies.
See? All right.
But
so cut it out,
I
guys.
do think the hero's broken. I think people don't play it right now. So
What is the correct way to play techies? I shouldn't
Wait, no,
ask
don't
this.
Oh,
say this.
he's
Cut
for
it
hire.
out.
I mean, I can
He's for
say
hire.
it. No one will play
no.
it. It's you should play for his ultimate because it's 8-second cooldown, 750 damage. It's like it's a Queen of Pain ulti on an 8-second cooldown.
Right,
1,000 range
and
with Aether.
it's crazy, right? Blast off is nuts. I always max that. People think I'm crazy.
I mean, you can blast max blast off, but later on in team fights, like you should play to survive and do a
and
lot
just
of damage.
chuck your bombs in, and that's
yeah,
it.
like
yeah,
you're annoying enough that they want to kill you, but you do too much damage, so they can't ignore you.
that's the key. Just to be an irritant that actually also does ridiculous.
I hate it when these pro players make it sound so simple.
It's true.
They just they explain some concept to you, and you're just like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. That actually sounds pretty easy to execute. And it's just like you could try for like a bunch of techies games, but not even figure that out yourself.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about something like that on the way here because I was wondering how Thompson comes up with so
Yeah.
many heroes. And I think it's a lot about like if you play something a lot and you become an expert in it, you have a lot of accumulated knowledge, so you don't have to think about other stuff. Like it becomes very system one, like automatic to you.
like
And
muscle
then-
memory almost.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can think of ways to abuse it or like go further and push the limits. And that's why all the new ideas in Dota I feel like come from like really high skill players or people who are hero spammers. Because in both of them they like automated so many of the complexities and nuances of Dota that they can actually learn something new.
So it's
such
like
a-
freeing up the part of their brain that's actually dealing with mechanics.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah,
they're
I
just
think
like
so.
imagining things
I
while they're
think
playing.
this is a concept that's applied a lot, I think, in like fighting games, because like the roster tends to be a lot smaller, and like maybe it'll be like, oh, this character's really good versus this character, but I main this character, and so like it's not worth it for me to learn this. I'm better off just using all my experience on this character, learning the matchup, and winning because like you're freed of a lot of stuff
See,
when you know enough about your character.
The only thing I heard in that is that hero spammers make up new ideas in Dota that everybody should adopt. And that's telling me that the Witchblade Darkseer that I played with you in a pub is something that everybody should adopt in the world.
That was really bad.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? We almost won.
I feel like Ice Frog was watching your game, and it was just so pathetic that he had to do something to buff it.
Look
so
at
he
this.
gave Witchblade the True Strike after. Like he was just watching your game, and you just spent 3k gold on item. You blinked and punched on, and you missed. It was just,
No, I hit him
you hit him.
because I had the Witchblade.
No, but it didn't give True Strike when you bought it.
Yeah, that was too bad.
You don't like
you missed
normal
at least
punch?
one.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good, just not how he did it.
This is unbelievable.
All right, I've got another question for you because obviously you were talking about how you've been coaching or playing. You've taken a bit of a hiatus now to come and do the talent stuff. We obviously have Cinderin as another guy who's played a lot. I don't think he's coached, but he's either playing or he's coming in as talent. I know that he was for a long time, I assumed, always looking to get back into playing. As a former player, especially as a TI winner, that must always be in the back of your mind. I want to play again. I want to play again.
No, I don't really want to play anymore. I mean, for me, like, it's weird to say, like, but I think, I don't know, maybe. Every time I see
There was no pressure being put on here.
That switch, she was like,
I'm pretty
He's trying
much,
to put it in the box and just put it under the bed, and he's like,
I'm pretty much done playing. Like, I love the game, but I don't think I want to play right now. Like, just what it takes to play right now, like mentally, time investment wise, I don't think for me it's a good decision.
So, I mean, do you find it like, obviously it's mentally and physically taxing to play these many games, but do you also find it like stresses you out and it's hard to deal with that over time? Because if you're playing competitively for the season, that must build up.
I mean, I can tell you my logic. So I played Dota for like 10 years. Well, more really, but like competitively, basically. So that means I'm completely useless as a human otherwise. So right now I want to develop skills that aren't playing Dota. Like I think it's an integral part of coaching. I think it's an integral part of talent. I think it's interesting to me as a human to develop those skills. I don't know exactly why Jarek stopped playing. Maybe he's just too good and he got bored of winning. But I feel I want it to be a similar path where I want to become like more fleshed out. Like maybe it's an excuse for not being good enough. But I think you can't do it while playing. It's people understand that it's a lot of hours, but I don't think they understand how many. And like even when you're not working, you always have to be on, because if you're not, the next person is, and they're gonna surpass you.
Do you guys treat playing Dota that seriously?
I will say I treat talent like that. I had
Yeah,
that
I
conversation
agree.
before with my family members where they're just like, "So what are you doing next week?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know." They're like, "Well, are you off?" I'm like, "Well, maybe." It's like, "Well, is there a tournament happening?" "Yeah." "Are you gonna work it?" If I get invited, I might do it." It's like, "Well, why are you working so much?" It's like, "So if I don't, someone else will." I'm
Right.
Like, I want to keep going. Like we actually are. Like I finally figured out why it feels so good to be talent, because it is a competition, and like. In some ways, it's an incredibly difficult one because there's no MMR, and there's obviously a lot of facets you have to go through in terms of like your social media presence, and then like what tournament organizers like you and how you did at your last tournament compared all together, right? And so you're trying to hit all these markers, and again, it's that same feeling. It's like if I'm not working on this right now, if I don't go watch that replay from LGD tonight at 11 p.m., I'm falling behind.
Right, and I think that's like me talking about the Screamo medal thing again, right? Like it sounds so outlandish when I'm talking about it, but it's like trying to get that like extra 0.5% or whatever better to make my voice sound stronger or something like that. So it's very different from the player thing, because the player either win or you lose, and here it's kind of a little bit amorphous, and what actually ends up happening is just sort of weird on occasion, but you just got to put everything that you have into it.
We also don't get the chance to win millions of dollars.
Nah, that's okay.
Wait, you guys aren't getting millions?
You guys are getting paid?
Because I hate to say it, but you have been eliminated from TIs before. And,
Not this one, though.
Not this one.
Not yet.
Don't worry. That wasn't a cue to send you home.
I thought that's what it was. I thought like I came on here and you're like,
Got some bad news, man.
Well, I've just had this in. You're fine. No. We actually have some content, because obviously some of the teams in the same position, they have to go out before we get a chance to see their content. So we actually do have a piece of content I hope we have ready that we can run here and show to you now.
Welcome to more rapid fire round questions here. I'm Dakota. I'm here with Bryle from Team Undying, joined by Dubu. Hey. What's up, Saberlight?
I'm chilling.
Who is the most improved over the last year?
I think all of it.
All of you?
Yep.
Such a great answer.
Moon was the best when I joined, but he gave me all the knowledge. So now I'm like my knowledge plus Moon's knowledge.
You were number 1 MMR EU, and you've gotten even better. What was the last book you read?
Art of War.
Is your whole team supposed to read Art of War? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what you heard.
So I might get a lot of same answers on there.
Sun Tzu.
Art of War?
Art of War.
How did I know?
This is secret. I cannot tell.
It's not Art of War like the rest of your team?
What the hell? How do you know?
Oh, because they all came in here and admitted it right away, Dubu. Y'all have been reading Art of War. We know. Who's the worst roommate?
I'll say bro. I think it's a little messy, you know. If you believe something belongs there, it'll belong there.
I'll just leave it there. Who do you not want to shack up with?
Probably Saberlight. I heard he is BO, but I can't confirm. From Tim Otto told me.
Oh,
I wouldn't dodge anyone. I would just cuddle with all my teammates.
such a sweet
Given
man.
the opportunity.
Dubu, can you tell me, what is the last thing you ate?
Water.
You ate water.
Yeah, I chew it. Yeah.
It's the hamburger, but I ate like half of it because I don't really like hamburgers.
How would you rate the burger out of 10?
Like 1.5. Shit was dry and no sauce. Like buns too crusty, not enough. Like by European standards, probably like 6.5.
Oh, okay. I like how that's your most thorough answer, the burger question. That's the conclusion of our rapid fire interview.
Thank you.
I love those guys.
I think I had those burgers as well.
Yeah.
They were not great burgers, I'll be honest with you. They were so pink. Did you have them? And no slaw. I love how angry that made Moon. That was great.
Wow, I gotta say, Saberlight not liking burgers coming to an NA team, that is very dangerous.
Bold move.
What kind of stuff did you guys eat when you were in EG? Some kind of power bar foods? Or
On
like,
EG.
yeah, like what did you eat?
Chipotle.
Chipotle,
Oh,
like
no.
every day.
Oh no.
I mean, for some of the players, I remember Universe. So we had boot camp in Boston, and we'd be at this LAN cafe. We rent out, and beside it was this like a sub shop, and he would always order a chicken parm, no parm.
Chicken palm, no palm.
Chicken parm, no parm. That was his regular order. He got that every day for the entire boot camp.
What?
Food is weird because we just play Dota, and we're not functioning human beings.
So you just want something that you are familiar with, that you eat, and you can get back to the game.
As
Yeah.
as a former chef, it's very disappointing being around some of these people. They just like chicken nuggets and like French
Chicken nuggets
fries
are
or
A
something.
tier.
Yeah,
S
no.
tier maybe.
God, please, just no. Unbelievable.
What kind of stuff did you cook when you were a chef? I don't think I've ever asked.
It was like a Frenchy, fancy stuff.
You can make
French
a
fries,
béarnaise?
chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets attendance, yeah.
Did you make a béarnaise sauce?
Yeah. I mean, it's it's just the whole gamut, right? Like,
Yeah.
you had to,
I love béarnaise. What I'm saying is, if there's steak on one of the days here, if you could
Okay.
whip me up a
Yeah.
béarnaise, because
I'll get right on
I
it.
guarantee they're not going to have it. Thanks, Gabe. Awesome. Ali, interestingly enough, we actually have a bit. You've played for or coached a hell of a lot of teams on the Dota scene.
Yes.
And now I'm going to put you on the spot. And I'm
This
going
will not be
to
good.
ask you to name the teams.
Ooh.
All right, let me get my
Like, does
phone
that
up here.
does that include org changes?
Yes.
Oh dear lord.
So
Oh,
if
you're
the team
done.
name changes,
Done.
Oh
let me just bring it up.
Okay, but only coached, not
no,
played. So
no,
No,
playing?
no,
So-
played
Oh,
or
played and
coached.
coached.
so do I start?
Hold on, I've got to bring
Look at
the
him
list
getting
up here.
I think he's
Okay.
not ready.
He's like-
All right,
Yeah.
you can start at the
Nice.
beginning.
Sorry.
Chronologically would be the hypest.
Bottom bottom.
Hold on,
Hello.
bottom number one, yeah. And if you could give me like a little, even just a very one sentence summary of what your time was like on that team.
I think I learned the most from bottom.
You learned the most.
I mean, I was really bad. So I mean, you start at bottom, right?
Right.
Bottom.
So you were an empty vessel, and you topped up quite a bit on bottom, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
next up.
topped up. I don't know. I was still pathetic when I left. Dignitas.
I was
So
Dignitas.
That was a similar team.
By the way, if you get stuck at any point, we do have a graphic we can bring up very quickly that'll give you a
Okay.
hint if you get stuck. But so far, you're doing
Ooh,
great.
Okay. So Dignitas.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the same as bottom.
Wow.
No.
Oh, I see.
It had a different name. Can
I
can
know. We played Diablo and we ruined our team before we joined Dignitas. We were really good before
I've got,
22.
no, I've got bottom, then Team Dignitas.
Yeah, Dignitas. Sorry.
And then I've got...
Wait.
Yeah, no,
I
he's
said I got that
giving his
right.
blurb. That's his blurb.
Oh,
You said
sorry.
that's my blurb.
I'm sorry.
Should I stop giving the blurb? Because I feel like it'll
Come
take
on
a long
now.
No,
time.
that's fine. I want you to keep doing the blurb. Just quickly.
Okay,
Next team.
that's Kaipi.
I'll hurry you up. Don't worry.
Kaipi?
No, it was not.
What?
That's not what
What
I've got listed
happens?
here.
What was it?
R Snake.
No, it's Kaipi.
Okay, and then Speed.
Kaipi was it when I joined Eternal Envy. They were Kaipi. And then I
Okay.
turned into R Snake, which is a Chinese sponsor. Speed Gaming is when our Chinese sponsor, well, the manager screwed us, Marco Fernandez.
Wow.
Never
just
forget
dropping
you. I will never
names.
forget you.
Then
That's a dox right there. And then after Speed Gaming, we became Cloud9.
right. Okay.
Cloud9, I went to EG.
Yeah.
After EG, I went to Digital Chaos.
Yeah.
After Digital Chaos, I went back to EG.
EG.
Really good decision making there. And then I went to coach Secret.
Yeah.
After Secret, I joined Team
Wait. There's no blurb here.
for Secret.
Talk to me about EG EG Team Secret. There
Demanding.
must be a sentence in there somewhere.
EGTI5, we were
Right.
very good. And then they touched me bad with a kick. It was a bad kick. And then DC, I went with Bulba.
Right.
We put our faith in each other. It was honestly pathetic. Like, am I allowed to swear? Because that was
You can swear.
that was fucking pathetic.
Okay.
At the end of DC, we actually got really good. We played with Resolution and Soxa, actually.
Right.
And we were actually really good for 2 weeks.
Nice.
And then my superior decision-making skills made me go back to EG and ditch them. I think that was not good.
So is this?
Like,
is
as a
this
human, and-
I hear a lot of regrets in your decision making. Is this part of the whole?
I mean-
working on yourself.
Yeah, no, like my biggest regret is after I got kicked after TI5, I didn't take a break to work on myself. Because like from TI, like before TI2 to basically when I stopped playing, I never took a break. And like I'm not good enough to work on Dota and work on myself. Like I
Right.
think Seb, like he's really good at it now. Like he understands the methodology and everything, but I don't know.
That's a tough thing.
You're like the support version of Anna, where you just sort of take a break, right? And then you could come back. Surely you could just do that. He takes
Yeah, but
breaks and comes
instead
back.
of winning, I don't qualify. So that's really good.
All right. So let's say
Okay, so where
you
am I?
coach Team Secret.
Yeah, I coached the Secret. So that team was broken from the start. There was no hope there. Like I wasn't a good coach. I had no experience, and it wasn't even a good effort on my part. Honestly, I should have done way better. I came as like a second coach to Theban, like 1437.
Yeah.
But no, I think that team was dead on arrival.
Wow.
Like maybe if I was Seb times 10, we could have gotten second last at TI instead of last.
Nice.
Next.
NP.
Yeah. Then.
Helen made us fat with food. She's a very good chef at the bellies. After NP, we went to Cloud9 to play
Yeah.
at TI.
yeah.
We got last. We lost to Empire.
Team Canada represent. Woo!
Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a bad showing for Canada.
Thanks
after
for putting our
NP
country in your hands.
After
I-
Cloud9, you went Team MP, Cloud9.
I went to I played with Moon Meander on like I don't know what we're called.
Oh,
like,
what were
was
you
it Animal
called?
Planet?
Animal Planet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think we got scammed by Iceberg after.
Yes, you
What's
did.
Like next,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
If I could remember that guy's full name, I would. But
More doxing.
he was.
so
Yeah.
it goes Animal Planet, Iceberg Esports
Yeah, and then I coached
for like
Fnatic.
2 months, and then straight back to not even actually. It looks like yes, 2 months, and then straight back to Animal Planet.
Oh yeah, I guess since they scammed us, we dropped them. So
Okay.
I didn't consider it. So Animal Planet, and then I coached Fnatic.
Oh, you've missed someone
I missed someone.
between Animal Planet and Fnatic coach.
Oh yeah, we became
Do you want
Digital
the
Chaos again. DC.
Do you want the hint? Wait,
Chaos?
just let me show you the hint because we haven't shown it. I want to
Is
show
it
it.
not Chaos?
And
Oh, yes.
can you spot him on there?
Wait, I didn't see it.
It was Digital Chaos. You were right.
Okay.
And then you said Coach Fnatic.
Yeah, I coached Fnatic.
And then
We got last at TI. My coaching record is.
I keep hearing that over and over.
I feel
I
like
thought there was an audio.
my
part.
career, my career is much more storied than people think it. Like less storied than people think
Yeah,
it
but
is.
those second places.
It's very
All right, don't
depressing.
sell yourself short.
Yeah. Fnatic. After that, I went to coach Ford Gaming.
Nope, you've missed one out.
After Fnatic,
We just saw them get knocked out.
Man, Lyrical, this gig is
Oh,
easy,
yeah.
dude.
that was Ford Gaming.
Super
Quincy
easy.
Crew.
No, I was never part of the Quincy Crew
it
squad.
says you were coach of
I
Quincy
signed
Crew.
when they signed with Ford Gaming.
It says here Quincy Crew for 2 weeks.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. We'll have to talk to Liquipedia about that. And then Forward
okay.
Gaming. And then you were a coach for whom?
Actually, maybe that's right.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm so confident. Like my memory is.
Dude,
I
you're
don't
nailing
think
it.
about
You've
this
done
ever.
amazingly so far, I must say. But I guess it would be like
well, I mean,
remembering
this is like
every
my
place you
personal
worked.
history. Like if
Right.
you don't remember yourself,
I don't remember what I did yesterday.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's healthy. That sounds like a good thing.
Very healthy.
Yeah.
All my mistakes have
Yeah.
gone straight away.
That sounds better. Okay, so Quincy Crew for 2 weeks.
Quincy Crew for gaming.
That's Universe Resolution, Yower, MSS, SVG at the time, now LOA. No, that was a team I think I learned the most about myself. Like, I think LOA, I don't know what he said on the interview because the TV was muted. But I'm going to watch it later because I think he's the person that taught me the most about the human I want to be. Like, I always say he's the smartest Dota player I interacted with.
Was this the interview, the post-game interview he did with Avo?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he lost.
he didn't
It was
get to hear
really good. It was really good. I think his message was really good.
I think
Go and watch it. Yeah.
always, like, when I think of the person who I try to emulate in a lot of my actions, it's going to be SVG.
Wow.
What would SVG do?
Yeah.
Can we get
And
bracelets?
on Forward Gaming, at some point, we had a bunch of roster shuffles. So we're still Forward Gaming, so I get to skip those. And
Okay.
I really liked working with Quinn. Like, I think how he thinks the energy he brings. And here's the thing about Dota players. Like, people don't realize, but some of the Dota players are really fun to be around. And they don't show at all. Like, I think SVG and Yower in particular, like, and I guess, honestly, that entire team, like, MSS included, like, they're just the gooniest goobers that are super funny and entertaining, but they have no interest in showing it to a public side, which is honestly, it's sad for the Dota scene. And it's sort of the way the scene's set up. So after that, I went to play.
You coached
It was,
after Ford
we
Gaming.
had like
You
a
coached the
panda.
team.
After Ford Gaming, I coached the team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we became newbie. But that was the same team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we lost to Beast Coast at TI. And then I went to play with, like,
Wait, can I do the correction? Sorry, you lost to Infamous at TI.
Yeah, you're
Same
right,
thing. I got you.
Infamous.
I got
Well
you,
done,
co-host. Nice
That's
one.
what I'm talking about.
Got you covered.
and then I went to. Is this like? I feel like there's.
Do you
weird
want the
content.
logo again?
This
No.
it just keeps
Can
going.
we
went
get
to
the
the
logo again
panda.
really quickly? Just
Went to
very
the
quickly.
pandas.
We'll see if it.
It's Panda S.
And
Yeah.
oh,
I
there's
see
a
it.
hidden one down there in the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep. There
Who is that person?
I don't know. He's a lot of hair, though.
Slags.
It does
That's
have a lot of hair. You're right.
Are you serious?
Do you not know that?
That was old Slacks,
That
which
the
was
coach
younger
of
Slacks.
DC.
He
the
was so
sub.
young and
So
naive.
fighting pandas, and then there were 2 teams left on my list.
Well, I saw them.
Well, go on then.
It's crazy.
And
I saw it, but I forgot.
Come on.
you played on it this year.
Well, that's not real teams.
What do you mean?
God, that's not a real team. His face is on the
He's
screen.
right there.
Picture. Why did you choose that picture of him? It's
I didn't choose it. Took to the team behind this this wonderful show.
Team.
Yeah. Goodness me. I'm just going to check if I've got any more questions. Oh, dear. All right. So this is something for all of you to do. I've just got 2 very quick things to do. Okay. First of all, I think you've been quite mean about yourself. I think you guys have been very humble. I think you're fantastic casters. I think you've been very humble. You're fantastic. I want each of you in turn to say something really mean about me that you've been meaning to get off your chest.
what?
Oh, I got this. You suck at terraforming Mars. Like, dude, he has no idea how to ramp his production, so he's just looking for like the biggest card he can play in his hand. He never gets anything going. He's dead last on the board, 20 points behind.
Dude, I came second in a game with me, Cap, Weppus, and Scriff. Every city and forest tile had been played.
Oh, no.
Such a stupid game. Curtis, is there anything you'd like to get off your chest?
To you?
Yeah. This was Ken's idea, but I was on board with it.
Did you used to draw like stick figures and stuff?
Yeah.
YouTube? I liked your content more back then. No, I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
fair.
I don't have anything,
That's
honestly.
fair.
You're
Okay.
very kind.
Dig deep. I know there's a mean interior.
What are you doing to me? Actually, I got one. You can't hold your liquor. There we go.
You were out the other night then. You were definitely out with me the other night. Well, that's the late game for this evening, lads. But my guests will be leaving me tonight, but they are not the only ones. We also lost some players today, and we're going to take a little look at them. Lads, thank you so much for being on. Let's wave goodbye.
Bye.
Yes. Super. I'm Superman, I do what you can't. I'm in my lane, go hard in the paint. I'm Superman, I do what you can't. I'm in my lane, go hard in the paint. Aim for me, I'm coming for the throne. I'm on TV screens inside your home. King inside the ring, I stand alone. Boy, I knock the crown right off your dome. I've been in the gym 1,000 nights. Came to win, I came to start a fight. Feel the force, the fire, I ignite. Life to change, they chant me overnight. Yeah, watch the fate of your gore. From the fiend, nevermore. Center stage and I'm in the haze. Cars down, I'm in the rage. Rolling with a team of misfits. I'm a chain to hear my hit list. Run through water, swim through land. Come on, we wanna get Superman.